Namaskaraha. Welcome to Jyotish Shastram, continuing the series of the prominent personalities who contributed to Jyotish Shastram. Today, I will talk about two such famous names who are more popular in the field of mathematics. I am talking about Aryabhatta and Bhaskara, the world-renowned astro-mathematicians. We know about their work in mathematics, but let's learn their contribution in Jyotish Shastram. When we say Aryabhatta, we are most usually referring to Aryabhatta I. His birth was in the year 476 CE. This period was during the Gupta age or the golden era in the history of India. There are two theories as to which area he is from. One theory is that he is a native of Kusumapura, that is present day Patna in Bihar. Another theory is that he was born in Kerala in Asmaka region, that is Tiruvankur, but he lived in Kusumapura or Patna for most of his life. One such aspect supporting this theory is that most of the commentaries on Aryabhatta's works were written by Kerala scholars. In fact, some people even go on to say that Kusumapura was a city in southern part of India. When he was 23 years old, he wrote Aryabhatiya in Sanskrit. His book Aryabhatiya is also called Arya Siddhantaha. Aryabhatta mentions his age in one of the shlokas in the book. षष्ट्यब्दानां षष्टिर्यदा व्यतीतास्त्र्यश्च युगपादाः त्र्यधिका विंशतिरब्दास्तदेह मम जन्मनो अतीताः. This book is credited for many firsts in the history of astronomy and mathematics. It has four parts: Geetikapada, Ganitapada, Kalakriyapada, Golapada. It is written in a concise form where numbers were represented by letters. Swaras, A represented 1, A 10, E 100, and so on. Vyanjanas were in the form of increments of 1. For instance, Ka 1, Kha 2, Ga 3, and so on till Ma 25. Combining the above, the Gunitakshara is calculated as Kha is 2, Kha is 20, Ki is 200, etc. An example of the usage of this coded system, the revolutions of sun in one Mahayuga, is in one coded word, Qgr. We saw Kha is 2, Ya is 30, U is 10,000, Gha is 4, Ru is 10 lakhs. So, Khu becomes 2 into 10,000, 20,000. U is 30 into 10,000, 3 lakh. Gr is 4 into 10 lakhs, 40 lakhs. So the coded word Qgr represents the sum total as 43 lakh 20,000. This coding system is similar to Katapayadi system. This way, he was able to write such a big grantham with huge numbers and calculations in a concise form in just 122 verses. Geetikapada also notes measurement of time. As per Aryabhatta, all yugas, that is Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, have equal years. In the next part, Ganitapada, Ganita as you know is mathematics. In this part, mathematic related concepts such as number system, square, cube, square root, cube root, area of a triangle, circle, cone, and advanced mathematics is detailed. He gave an accurate approximation of pi in the 5th century, whereas pi approximation by William Jones is credited to mid 18th century. In the third part, Kalakriya Pada, Aryabhatta was the first to note that Earth rotates on its own axis. He also introduced heliocentric theory, which means that Sun is in the center and the Earth revolves around it. He gave the periods of the planets, keeping the Sun stationary in the center. But Westerners credit Nicolaus Copernicus for introducing this heliocentric theory in 16th century, that is 1100 years after Aryabhatta introduced it. In the last part called Golapada, Aryabhatta noted concepts of trigonometry such as sine, Pythagoras theorem, etc. The so-called Pythagoras theorem was first seen in Indian history in 800 BCE in Shulba Sutras. This theorem was eventually introduced by Greek philosopher Pythagoras in 500 BCE, that is 300 years later. Similarly, trigonometry concepts such as sine is credited to Al-Biruni by our Western counterparts. Al-Biruni was from 10th century, whereas Aryabhatta notes these concepts in his book Aryabhatiya in 5th century. He propounded that Earth is round, Bhugolaha Sarvato Vritaha. He also mentioned that planets do not produce their own light, but only sun emits light. The planets shine with the light reflected from the sun. This is noted in the shloka भूग्रहभानां गोलार्धानि स्वच्छायया विवर्णानि अर्धानि यथासारं सूर्याभिमुखानि दीप्यन्ते. Imagine, these concepts were noted in the 5th century by Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta's work was very popular in Arab countries. India honored by naming its first satellite after Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta too was from the year 950 CE. He also is well known for his work in Siddhanta part of Jyotish Shastram and geometry. His eminent work is Mahasiddhanta in Sanskrit. He noted some important Jyotish Shastram concepts such as longitudes of the planets, eclipses of the sun and moon, the projection of eclipses, etc. He opposed the criticism against Aryabhatta I. Just like Aryabhatta, in the history of astromathematics, there are two people in the name of Bhaskara. We have very little information about Bhaskara I's life except what can be deduced from his writings. His noted works are Mahabhaskariya and Laghu Bhaskariya. He also wrote a detailed and accurate commentary on Aryabhatiya, which is called Aryabhatta Tantra Bhashya. This book was written around 629 CE. Bhaskara I notes that he was also from Asmaka region, just like Aryabhatta I. His books were widespread up to 15th century. I mentioned earlier, Aryabhatta by default refers to Aryabhatta I. Similarly, Bhaskara or Bhaskaracharya refers to Bhaskara II. He is from the 12th century, that is 1114 CE. This period represents the peak of mathematical knowledge in India. He was born in Vijayawada, a city in Maharashtra. He learned Jyotish Shastram from his father Maheshwara. He was the head of astronomical observatory at Ujjain. His renowned works are Siddhanta Shiromani and Karana Kutuhala. He wrote Siddhanta Shiromani when he was 36 years old, as mentioned by him in this shloka. Rasaguna Purnamahi Samashaka Nrupa Samaye Abhavan Mamotpattihi Rasaguna Varshena Maya Siddhanta Shiromani Rachitaha. The book has 4 volumes: Leelavati, Bijaganita, Grahaganita, and Goladhyaya. The first volume, Leelavati, was named after his daughter. This includes measurements followed by Indians and other countries, permutations, numbers up to 10 to the power of 17. I will quote a simple permutation example that he has explained, which is very interesting. पाशाङ्कुशाहि डमरुककपालशूलैः खट्वाङ्ग शक्तिशरचापयुतैर्भवन्ति अन्योन्यहस्तकलितैः कति मूर्तिभेदाः शम्भोर्हरेरिव गदारिसरोजशङ्खैः. The second half of the shloka says, if we change the gada, chakra, lotus, shankha of Mahavishnu in his 4 hands, how many forms are there of Sri Mahavishnu? Which is 24 forms of Sri Mahavishnu. The second volume is Bijaganita. Here we see mathematics again. Remember the square root rules that we learnt in school, such as square of positive or negative quantity is always positive, square root of positive quantity could be positive or negative, etc. All these concepts are noted in Bijaganita. The volume called Grahaganita gives concepts of Jyotish Shastram. Adhikamasa, Earth's radius, eclipse, etc. are noted. The last volume, Goladhyaya, also is related to Jyotish Shastram. In the chapter Golaswarupa Prashnadhyaya, gravitational force and the order of the planets, that is, Mercury, Venus, etc., are detailed. Principles of trigonometry is used in this volume to locate the positions of the planets. He noted many machines in Yantradhyaya which can be used to calculate planetary planes. His work is well respected and so renowned that many commentaries have been written on each volume of Siddhanta Shiromani. For instance, a few commentaries on Leelavati are Ganitamrita Lahari by Ramakrishna in 1267, Buddha Vilasini by Ganesha Daivagna written in 1467, An example of commentary on Bija Ganita is Bija Prabodha of Ramakrishna in 1570. Bhaskaracharya's grandson Changadeva also was a noted Jyotishagna or the main astrologer in Singhana king's palace of Yadava Vamsha. King Singhana was the king of Devagiri during the period 1210 to 1237 CE. There is an idol of Changadeva in a Bhavani temple near Chalisgaon. Changadeva went on to establish a matha or school for education and research of books on Jyotishastram. Both Aryabhata and Bhaskara were renowned Jyotishagnas in Siddhanta Skanda of Jyotishastram. To jog your memory, Siddhanta Skanda is the arithmetic part of Jyotishastram, which we learnt in episode 4. These were just a few highlights about Aryabhata and Bhaskara. In the next episode, we will look at a few more scholars and their valuable contribution to Jyotishastram. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to this free channel and support the cause of spreading Jyotishastram to everyone. Dhanyavadaha.